Hey guys, good to see you. Today's been a day for me, man. So Trick Williams is making his way to the ring. Let me set some ground rules with you tonight, okay? So it's no big secret. I use Netflix to watch NXT, right? And in doing that, tonight is tonight's a pre-recorded NXT, and surprise, surprise, a pre-recorded NXT on Netflix is already uploaded to Netflix with no ads. So if you guys want to help me out, I will pause it every time we get to a commercial break. So just hit me with some commercial break comments, and we'll stay on track together. Because if we don't, I'm gonna end the show like 40 minutes faster than the rest of you guys. So I will keep up. I promise. My promise to you is that I will keep up with you guys if you help me. And also, I'm sorry I'm late. I just had a complete brain fart and forgot to hit go live. I was like, how come I can't see how many people are viewing the show? I was like, because you're not live, Mark. Come on, man. So long day. I did finally see Thunderbolts today, though. Wow. I literally caught it on the last day it was in theaters in my city. It's not showing anywhere after today, from what I could see, and it's just a few weeks away from coming on Disney Plus. But I really wanted to see it on the big screen, and it was really good, especially by Marvel standards. All right, here comes Wes Lee in the ring with High Rise, and here is Joe Hendry, and Trick Williams is say next door. He's ringside. But here we go. So, guys, just be good to me in the comments. We'll try to make this last the entire 2 hours. Hello again, Sophie. Justin, George, good to see you guys. I said hi to you guys before, but I wasn't live yet, and I wasn't paying attention. So if you guys see a commercial break, holler at your boy. I will pause it so that way I don't race to the finish line of tonight's broadcast faster than the rest of you. Since this isn't live tonight, you learn something new every time. So there. Oh, okay. So there's a triple threat match between Trick, Joe, and Mike Santana. Okay, well that'll be. I'm sure. I'm assuming that's for Slammiversary, because it was going to be Trick and Joe at Slammiversary initially. But that sounds very interesting. I wonder how much longer the Trick Williams TNA Championship experiment is going to go. Because Slammiversary and Bound for Glory have always kind of been big TNA shows from my knowledge. I know Bound for Glory has been, but I don't know about Slammiversary. I think Slammiversary is so. Also, if you know spoilers for tonight's show, please keep quiet. We don't do that here. So only speak on what has been announced, please, and keep the chat a safe place to talk in the moment. I would hate to have to delete comments or marshal up a couple of more mods to start timing people out. Yeah, man, I want Jordan Grace to win that title too. Just in this JC Jane transition period. But yeah, Evolution has 3 matches confirmed right now. You've got JC and JC Jane and Jordan Grace. You've got Rhea and Io. You've got the Battle Royal for the number 1 contender to the NXT title. Was it to the NXT title? No. It's not the NXT title. It's just any world title. Sorry about that. They didn't specify what world title it would be. We're all going to go ahead and assume that we're probably going to get Becky and Lyra and Bailey as well. I'm assuming. Oh, yeah, and the women's tag titles. Thank you, George. So that's 4 matches. I mean, it's 4 matches. Let's see. Rhea, Jordan, 3, 4. We've actually got 5 if we're assuming we're getting that Intercontinental title triple threat. So I've heard of some things that may happen tonight, but I'm going to keep it quiet and just going to see what we got going forward. But otherwise, let's just keep those spoilers quiet and be respectful of everybody in the chat. Same goes for Friday, by the way, for SmackDown. I know Friday's SmackDown is going to be is going to be is taped already at this as well. So, okay, commercial. Thank you, Anthony. You're on top of things, brother. Okay. All right. So I am pausing for a commercial, and you guys got to tell me when we come back, though. Okay. So anyway, we'll see. I am, yeah. So anyway, Evolution is shaping up to be a card. Just looking at how many matches we already had announced coming out of Raw, it seems like we're going to have more than a 5-match card. So I'm happy for that to be the case. And yeah, maybe there's not a lot of long build going on for some of these matches, but also it looks like some of these matches won't be, what am I going to say? Like some first time matches, I mean, Rhea and Io, they've been battling kind of all year long. So that's one thing, but then, this women's 4 corners or fatal 4-way tag match. We do that. Yeah, George, we're not giving any spoilers tonight, man. Okay. We want to try to keep it as clean as we can in here. So if we can keep that under wraps, that's majorly appreciated. And so, anyway, yeah. So we've got, it looks like we'll be getting more than 5 matches for Evolution, which is nice. I wasn't sure what the match lineup was going to be like that. And we'll probably get a little bit more for Saturday night's main event come Friday as well. Because we only got 2 matches there so far between Goldberg and Gunther, and then Seth and LA Knight. Yeah. So should be fun. Holler at me when we're back from commercial. I feel like probably any minute now we should be coming back. Who do I think is going to be in the women's fatal 4-way match from NXT? That's a good question. I think Zaruka is the smart choice there because they're already a tag team, sort of. They already have that. You could, if JC Jane had lost. Thank you, George. If JC Jane had lost the NXT title, I would have put her and Fallon Henley, or you could put Fallon and Jasmine in there as Fatal Influence. I wouldn't like that. Thank you guys for letting me know. You could have Fatal Influence as that tag team. I wouldn't like it, but you could. Looking at the developments from last week, you could have Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley as a tag team as well. But since Judgment Day are technically heels, I would go with Zaruka. That's my thought. Oh, a good thing to know, everybody. Thank you, by the way, everybody, for talking to me about the commercial break, because as it turns out, the screen goes black for a second when it's cut for commercial breaks. So I'll be more attentive for that. This is definitely a new development for me. I hope this isn't so much the case for Friday as well, but we'll see. Lash and Jada. So listen, I would totally be down for Lash and Jada as a tag team, but they just haven't been established as one yet, so that wouldn't be bad. Seeing Lola Vice team up with somebody wouldn't be bad either. Honestly, I liked her. I liked her as that tag team with Stephanie Vaquer, but obviously we're not going to get that now. I will say, putting Lash and Jada together as a team, all that does is just remind me that we don't have Jakara anymore, which is disappointing. But yes, Lash and Jakara would have been perfect for that match. Absolutely. So, yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Marked by Wrestling. Yes, NXT is getting some shine. We love that here because this is the home for NXT, even though we're moonlighting on every single show this week. And so, yeah, just a reminder, if you're joining us, by the way, thank you so much for being here tonight. NXT is pre-taped. So rule number 1, no spoilers or my mods will come get you. And rule number 2, apparently when you watch on Netflix and it's pre-taped, they just load the whole show without commercials. So it is you guys' job to remind me when we're on commercial break so I can pause it And yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, Sophie, you said the same thing about Worlds Collide, but you watched it with us and you had fun. So don't give in to those voices saying you're not going to enjoy Evolution either. I think you are. Cody Rhodes, 40 years old. The adrenaline in your soul moves a little slower as the years go by, but it's still there. Meanwhile, Joe Hendry mugging for the camera like only he can, getting the crowd behind him. Wes Lee is prone to get attacked. Are we getting a choke slam right now? High Rise just standing out there not doing nothing. Oh, reversal. Reversal. Let's see. He said Mike is here. Hold on. Let me. I'm going to jump ahead here. Okay. I'm jumping ahead. Let's see. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. Thank you, Mrs. Mark Bio Wrestling, for that. And also echo another comment as well earlier while I was still getting stuff together from our mod father as well. I believe I saw him earlier. Yeah, there it is. Good evening, Stephen and Chad. Hope everyone's doing this evening. Curb stomped that like button on the way in. And there is, yep, Mike Santana. Oh, yeah. But, well, listen, you know, Sophie, if you got something going on, that's a different thing. I watch NXT on Netflix. But, yeah, Joe Hendry, victorious. And now we got a triple threat coming up at Slammiversary for the TNA title. Can Trick hold it on there? I do think OTM is a little better fit for Wes Lee than High Rise, but we'll see. Recap from last week of Zaruka trying to make friends with Tatum Paxley.
I know you didn't mean to cross the paths. I know your intentions were pure and just please believe it. I know you did not. And I might have lost the match, but I won.
Don't listen to Izzy.
If you want to fall for her act, then go right
Zaria's
ahead.
had enough.
Is already a team. I don't know about
Okay, so we're leaning more towards Tatum and Izzy becoming a tag team. So we'll see what happens. And we do have Zaruka versus Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dane tonight. I have a feeling whoever wins this match will probably go to Evolution. They're not saying it. Thank you, gentlemen, for that. Let's see. Okay. All right. I think I'm with you guys now. I think that, I feel like they should have just made that a tag match for Evolution, not for Evolution, but for like whoever's going to be in the women's tag title match. Is that Zaruka versus Tatum and Izzy? So we'll see what happens there. I feel like those two teams probably present the best representation of women's tag team wrestling on NXT right now, after all the cuts have happened and stuff. But we'll see what comes of it. So right now we've just got Raquel and Roxy as the defending champions, but by Friday, I think we should at least know who the NXT team is and who the SmackDown team is, and probably next Monday we'll find out who the Raw team is going into Evolution. So yeah, I imagine if I was guessing, I would think the Raw team would probably be like Natalya and Maxine, maybe. And I wouldn't be surprised. I would put Zaruka in there because, like, if those two teams are there, then you've got like two heel teams, and I feel like Tatum and Izzy would just be a third heel team. It's just kind of weird for a fatal four-way. So anyway, we'll see what comes of it. But yeah. I don't know. How is everybody doing tonight? Do you guys have any fun 4th of July plans or memories? What's your favorite cookout food? Your favorite picnic, barbecue, cookout, whatever they call it call it where you guys are. And let's share some recipes or just ideas. What are the things you like to eat on the 4th of July? Let's talk about that tonight while we're waiting on commercial break coming back. So I finally caught up on my MCU. It's a shame I had not seen Thunderbolts when A and I had our MCU conversation, but I have seen it now, and a worthy addition to the the annals of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So a lot of fun. So really good stuff. Well, let's see how many quit. I gotta say though, smoked ribs. Oh, that's a good choice. I was trying to think of something elevated beyond just a good hamburger, to be honest. But ribs, Anthony. Okay, Anthony echoing ribs. Sophie, I like the end credit scene of Thunderbolts. I have questions now because that seemed like it was almost a scene out of Avengers Doomsday. But yeah, we'll see what happens. George, that is a good question. Do I think Raquel and Roxanne are going to drop the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at Evolution? I don't think they are. I feel like this was a good opportunity. Like I assumed Roxy was going to get that belt eventually because we're going to heighten the soap opera drama of Judgment Day and everything that's going on there. And I feel like them dropping the titles immediately as soon as Roxy gets her hands on one seems premature, if you will. Sophie, are you saying Thunderbolts is on streaming now? Do you mean like you can rent it like through Amazon? Or is it already on Disney Plus? Because surely it's not on Disney Plus already. I know I didn't just drive half an hour down the road today to go see it in the theater. I don't believe it is yet, unless you just mean rentable on Amazon Prime or something, which they do come out, all that. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Like other than Becky Lynch and Gunther, Judgment Day's got all the gold on Raw right now. So like I feel like they'll hold it until something. Thank you, George. Hitting play now. And I see Luca with his best Scarface reminiscent Tron image coming out, looking like an Italian Seth Rollins with less singable music. We got what we've got. So, all right. Let's see what Luca's got to say for himself. Luca is either betraying Tony or he's either betraying Tony or he might be the most inconveniently hapless consigliere that there is. Wants to put it to rest. Asking for Tony to come on out. I don't know that it spoils the Fantastic Four movie, Sophie. I mean, I don't think anybody or their mama actually thinks the Fantastic Four are going to stay separate from the rest of the Marvel Universe forever. All right, here comes Tony. How the turntables.
That's not what the last week. You screwed me in my Heritage Cup match and served it on a platter for stats. Then you punched me in the face. Listen.
It's true. He did punch him in the face. Yeah, we still they still have no Rizzo out here. We haven't seen her come out yet for weeks. Okay, Luca's talking with his chest. But yeah, Sophie, that end credit scene, was 14 months after the end of Thunderbolts. So there's certainly things that happen in between. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, we got to have Rizzo show up at some point. She's a hanging story thread at this point.
You know, without a doubt, that I've never done a damn thing to doubt you, Tony. Never. And you know what that is? That's loyalty.
I gotta say, I'm a bigger fan of the D'Angelo family in like backstage cinematic segments. Stax is coming out here dragging that Heritage Cup like he's got an extra heavy bag of groceries. Like, what happened to all those putty patrollers he had carrying around with him? All these where's all his thugs? He looks like he's carrying the Heritage Cup like a burden. Oh, there it is. Luca just smacked Tony. Luca's side-eyeing Stax too, though. Oh, Luca's pulling a sting right now, being his own man. Luca says he's his own man. Soul Luca, if you will. I got dad jokes all night for you guys. Oh, there's the ruler. Oba Femi.
Jasper Troy for the opportunity to challenge you at the Great American Bash for your NXT Championship. So do you have any predictions or preference on who you face?
Well, I can see why the WWE has formed up to Yoshiki in such a short amount of time. I just want to see he has the grit and tenacity to get past Jasper Troy. Jasper is very hungry. And you might think that as a champion, I just want to see them destroy each other. So challenge him easy to bash for anything. I want to see. I show you grit. I show you tenacity. I'm hungry for the biggest test.
Okay, Inamura says he's ready for the test.
Because I miss all the chaos here on NXT Championships changing hands.
Okay, let's see. By the way, Soul Luca is absolutely going to be the caption for one of our marked moments tonight on the poll. I'm not letting that joke go. Yeah, come on. Give me Inamura versus Oba Femi. Inamura's got to win this match tonight. I've absolutely got to have that for a Great American Bash. So we'll see what we got. Who we got now? Is this Lexis? Okay, so we got Lexis King and Myles Borne coming up. John Cena says you can't see me, and Myles Borne says you can't hear me. Actually, that's the opposite. I can't hear you, but I feel like Myles Borne's going to take this. Baby Randy, hashtag Baby Randy. Got to go for this one. Although I really hope Lexis King really finds his stride. Thank you for the commercial warning, George. As soon as I get the fade here, I will. Let's see. Hit pause. Okay, cool. Thank you, gentlemen, for keeping me on task. So, all right. Let's see what we've got here. Catching up with the comments. Let's see. There are people that say NXT is much better than Raw, SmackDown, and AEW Weekly. It's definitely better than AEW Weekly. I would argue that it's better than SmackDown on a more consistent basis. I think it fights with Raw. I think NXT is the best booked show because, one of the biggest criticisms I hear about Raw, and we're going to start hearing about SmackDown now that it's going back down to 2 hours, is that not enough talent gets enough time on screen. And people are getting forgotten about. There was a lot of chatter about that from you guys and some other friends of mine about the New Day. Now that they've lost the tag titles of they fumbled their heel run and all this other stuff. But honestly, they just didn't get featured very much. And part of that was because Raw's runtime has shrunk from 3 hours down to 2.5 on a good day, sometimes 3, but mostly between 2.5. And when that happens, talent is not featured as much. And so that's something we're going to be dealing with now for SmackDown as well. So get your cheering and rooting on in for your favorites on these shows, because some of them are going to have their TV time cut just the way that it is. Do you think we may see some knockout women tag team in the NXT tag team qualifying match? Like from TNA? I mean, I think we could see that as a qualifier, but I absolutely believe that whatever team represents NXT is going to be from NXT. And you bringing that up really makes me wish the Iconics were back for that match. I think that would be a lot of fun because they're in TNA now, right? They're called like the Inspiration or something like that. But I would absolutely love that. This is Marked by Wrestling. Just found an Oba Femi ASMR video, and the fact that it exists just made me laugh for some reason. I could see him. He's like, "You're listening to the ruler of NXT. Bring your tenacity and bring a challenge for the NXT champion." Okay, I'm starting to lose viewers just by talking like that. I'm sure I am. Any AAA women at Evolution? I think AAA women being at Evolution, Sophie, would be a great idea. I will wonder, though, that just depends on how big the match card is supposed to be. If there is, I absolutely think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think Raw has done 3 hours every once in a while. They did one maybe a month ago. They did one that went 3 hours. And let's see here. Seth Rollins versus LA Knight, Saturday night's main event. How much you will that CM Punk gets involved? Yeah, he absolutely could. I think he can make an appearance for sure. So yeah, we'll see how all that goes. But let's see. Yeah, not having commercials is actually a hard thing when you're trying to do a stream and trying to keep up with the content with the rest of you, so we can all be on the same page. If I was watching it by myself, I would cruise right through it. But yeah, we're a month away from SummerSlam. Yeah, just exactly a month away. So we've got next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, we've got the Great American Bash on Saturday morning or early afternoon. We got Saturday night's main event on Saturday evening, and we've got Evolution on Sunday evening. So it's going to be a hot weekend for pro wrestling and WWE. And then we will move on, I believe, from that point on. It's heading on into SummerSlam. So we've got 3 to 4 weeks going right into SummerSlam. And then 3 or 4 weeks after SummerSlam is Clash in Paris, which is a show I'm very interested in because I want to see how that's going to go. Well, I don't know that the matches are totally confirmed yet, Sophie, for SummerSlam. I mean, we're going to assume we've got Cody and John Cena for the title, and then I'm going to assume we've got Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton, but I haven't seen anywhere that has said that's precisely the kind of match, those are going to be the exact confirmed matches yet. We do know that the contenders will be challenging at SummerSlam, though, and you're right about that. Oh, look, it's the 2 guys who were in the backstage segment from the Florida football team. It's amazing. They're still in the same building from last week. It's almost like they taped this right after the show. All right, here comes Myles Borne. Much like early Randy Orton, one of the most generic theme songs I've heard, and a generic Tron. But he'll find his stride. He's got too much talent not to. Myles, you just lost a heavy ounce of coolness doing that stupid gator chomp. All right. Yeah. And his name card is orange and blue, too. Please don't make Myles Borne a Florida Gator guy and gimmick. Ugh. I actually don't remember Randy's first theme. I do remember the theme he had. He had a theme before Burning My Light, which was the one that, hey, nothing you can say. That was the one that really was popular with him. And I didn't hate that one so much. Apparently, Randy really hated it, though. Like, it got on his nerves to no end. Is Booker T drooling over Lexis King's abs? What's going on? Booker T really misses Stephanie Becerra. He's just trying to attach himself to any kind of good-looking performer in the ring. And Lexis King is a far drop. Oh, and Lexis King mocking the Gator Chomp. Well, I'm going to have to be cheering for Lexis in this match. But it's all good. And then let's see. Myles looks like he's doing almost like a Gator roll kind of thing. I tell you what, they are ruining Myles for me right now. All this Gator specific offense and taunting is so much. Oh man. I think Booker T started to get creepish the first time he saw Stephanie do the Devil's Kiss. I that's when I started noticing it. Oh man, what a chop from Lexis. That was a chop from his daddy right there. Oh, George, I just hate the Florida Gators with a passion. So I really like Myles Borne, though. So it's just like, it's like name a property or a team that you can't stand and then attach it to a wrestler you really like. Lexis King is wearing new ring gear. He doesn't normally wear trunks. He still does keep that sort of New Orleans-ish, gold and purple color scheme. But it is new gear, though. But that slap chop to the chest that he gave Myles earlier, it was the same kind of chops his dad used to do, and they would echo all over the arena. I remember seeing Brian Pillman Sr. throwing chops to Barry Windham, I think it was, in like 90 or 91, and I mean echo. It was like, way before the Big Show and stuff, and just smack all over the place, man. All right, well, crowd is active into this match. Oh, quick pull from Lexis, and he goes face first into the turnbuckle. Dude, Lexis is showing a lot of personality in this match. Twice he has faked out Myles Borne and kind of embarrassed him on a shot. Not all that different from when Samoa Joe would just walk away from top rope moves. Man, eats a clothesline. Eats a couple of clotheslines from Myles Borne, though. All right, European uppercut. Now we get an overhead belly-to-belly from Myles Borne. Myles stalking his prey, but he gets cut off again by Lexis. Nexus, looked like he was going for a super kick, but didn't get very far. And then Olympic slam, kind of a heavy one there from Myles, though. Commentary is bickering. Yeah, they're firing up tonight, man. I tell you what, Corey Graves has been doing some great work over the past few weeks. Oh. Let's go, Myles chance. Super kick. Now he's got him in the going for nope. Boom, there's a baby Randy drop kick right there. Oh my gosh. Kind of like a zigzag. Not sure that he got all of it, but he does get 3, and Myles Borne wins. I don't like Florida Gator Myles Borne. Let me go on record. I do not like Florida Gator Myles Borne. That's a major disappointment for me. And I'm going to blame the Florida Gators for why he almost botched his finisher. Unless they just have different college athletes show up to NXT every week and he just apes all of their chants and motions. I don't know. Even Corey Graves called it something of a zigzag. That is wrestler announcer code for that was an ugly looking move. But I have to be nice because he's the good guy. Oh my gosh. Stop chomping. You look stupid. Okay, here comes Dark State. Never been happier to see Dark State.
And all I'm saying is, everything that go on around here, the Dark State allows it. We see everything. It's our playground. And chaos is our game. So I might as well get used to it. Go ahead and get comfortable. Because if you catch y'all lacking, there ain't no saving you, bro. We just fire anywhere, any place, anytime.
Dark State believes in chaos, but they've done a whole bunch of nothing the past few weeks. Dark State was like running in the main event scene for like a month, and now all of a sudden they just cut promos. What's up, Sean? Good to see you. Yeah, I know. Dark State needs to make an impression. I don't even think they're the ones who attacked Hank and Tank. I think it was the culling because they cut a promo earlier in that same show about how they needed to make an impact. And then all of a sudden Hank and Tank get attacked by chairs, which is a calling card of the culling is using chairs. And here comes Thea Hale. I have a feeling Thea might have just kind of botched her. I wouldn't call it a botch because she just made it look good, but the way she just kind of rolled out of the ring. Because she usually stops at the middle rope. Commercial. Okay, thanks. Oh, yeah, commercial probably in between entrances there. Okay, good question here from Justin. Let's be fair. Who do you think does the drop kick better, Randy, Borne, or Okada? I'm going Randy on this. All three of them get good, good vertical on it. However, Randy is the physically biggest of the three. So I think it's a bigger achievement for him to get that high on his drop kicks. And the fact that he can still do it now. I mean, he doesn't do it as much in the match, but Randy can still hit that height, hit that vertical on that drop kick. So I'm going Randy. Although honorable mention to one, Io Sky. Her springboard drop kick is nasty. Booker T used to do a great missile drop kick off the top rope as well. And then third, last but definitely not least, take you all the way in the Wayback Machine, a one Coco Beware was a nasty missile drop kick off the top, and he would still land on his feet sometimes after he hit it. And he was and he was not like tall like Randy, but he was like thick like Randy though, like today's Randy. Like he was just a muscular, meaty dude, and he was stocky though. So like he could fly off the top though, and it was crazy. Dawsey asked, "Yeah, I'm assuming we're talking about Dark State. They're talking the talk, but are they walking the walk?" Exactly. Like they're just not doing anything right now. And I'm not saying they need to take over the whole show or anything like that. Oh, George, you don't believe that about Coco? Oh, check it out, dude. You can find gifts online. You can do all that. You know what? Just because you asked, hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put y'all on game here, as they say, for a second. Let me just find it right now. I'm gonna try to find it myself. Oh yeah, here it is. Boom. I got y'all. I got y'all right now. Let me see if I can. Let's see. I'm dropping George this link in the chat to take you to Reddit. You go find. You go check out. You go check out this link, guys, in the chat. It's just a GIF of Coco Beware coming off the top rope and hitting the Warlord with a drop kick and still landing on his feet. Just one of the cleanest looking drop kicks you've ever seen. And that was probably, from the looks of it, maybe like 91 or so, 90, 91, something like that. So yeah, that's for you guys. Check that out. Tell me I'm right. And yeah, we'll continue the show as soon as it comes back. But let's see. George, looked like you gave us a little bit of a booking idea. Jade versus Tiffany at SummerSlam. Naomi comes out making a triple threat match. I'm telling you what I want Naomi to do. If we're getting Jade and Tiffany at SummerSlam, go ahead, give Jade the title, have her win, and when she's celebrating, bring Naomi out and ruin her night. So let's do that. Teflon Don, I absolutely did. I told you to bring a fun question of the day, not involving pain. Yes, I did. So, I'm looking forward to that because for those of you who are new to the family, the NXT family chat, Teflon Don always brings us a question of the week, and it's always something like, "Would you want Brock Lesnar to suplex you or the Undertaker to tombstone you?" You know, it always involves some kind of head trauma. To some degree. So I'm very curious if there's any level of painless. And if it's going to be, would you rather take a Taz mission or a Roddy Piper sleeper hold? Well, then kudos to you, sir. But I'm hoping it's more of a painless. All right, we're back. And I see Lainey Reed coming back out. And her theme music might be the Def Rebel encapsulation of everything I hate about country music, which is the marriage of country sounding instruments, which I love, and cheap, emphasis on the word cheap, hip hop sound effects. I have a hard time enjoying any country music that has a drum beat to it, or clap machine with it. I'm no musical segregationist, but it just feels a little lazy to me. And the songwriting usually follows suit on songs you hear like that as well. Not all of them, but enough of them to form an opinion. I'll say that. Give me the Highwaymen, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson. Shoot, give me the Dixie Chicks. Give me the Chicks, whatever. Yeah, the Chicks. Excuse me, that's what they're called now. Give me them. I'm fine with them. Even Garth Brooks. Even okay. Thea is going full speed, but only getting 2. Reed Laney looks a tiny bit like Britt Baker. I wouldn't call it a 1-to-1 comparison, but they I think it's the hair. I think it's the hairstyle that reminds me of Britt Baker. I don't remember Fallon Henley's old theme, although I know she definitely has the standard NXT woman's wrestling gear plus cowgirl filter on it, though. By the way, here's the thing. I don't mean to criticize, but look at these two women's gears and look how, other than a color scheme, how crazily similar their outfits look. I really crave more diversity in gear. I feel like all the ladies are just kind of copying the same formula, and it's just it's missing a little something. Because at least like let's say on Raw, you've got, let's say, Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, Roxanne Perez, although Roxanne is a little similar to Lyra's gear, but not all the way. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Raquel Rodriguez. All those women have pretty closely unique gear selection. Like, very few of them look just like each other. And this sort of 2-piece plus fishnets thing, it just looks like it came off the same rack and just got a color filter. Oh, great move by Lainey Reed there. Double underhook shoulder breaker. Lainey has made a bit of an impression, though. I know she was on like the Level Up series a while back, and I think she's been on Evolve, so I'm sure she's got some talent and got some upside. But can you guys tell me though? Like, I'm still thinking about this between Britt Baker and Isla Dawn. You know what? That's actually not a bad comparison. Dueling Let's Go Thea, Let's Go Lainey chance. Thea's gear looks like it might have shrunk a little bit too. It's weird. Yeah, Lainey did do a good job in that championship match. She held her own. So Inamura and Jasper, probably the main event of the show, I'm guessing, because that's going to determine what's likely to be the main event of Great American Bash. So that doesn't surprise me at all. What's I going to say? Okay. Thea going for an arm bar, but Lainey's got the hair. Oh, tell me, guys. I still haven't quite figured out how I feel about this, but is Lainey a heel or is she just a wrestler with an attitude? You know what I mean? Oh, was that? It almost sounded like 3, but I guess they're counting it as 2. Running knee. And Lainey holds the bottom rope. I don't know how much leverage that really gave her, but I guess I answered my own question. Lainey's the heel. Good job, Lainey. Selling that arm even after the match. So good for her there. I think she's probably going to be on the rise. Okay, here we've got no quarter catch crew.
So close to being Javon last week, and selfishly, I like your son.
Yeah, well, imagine having to face this for a long time. You know, what Jasper ended up doing to Javon, wasn't that what you were meant to do to him? And you didn't, and look what happened. You lost, which just proves my point that you still need more time in the NQCC. Does it, Charlie? Yes, it does. Look, I'm not making no excuses. I lost. Cool. But you know what? I want the exact deal you offered Myles. A one-on-one match against you. And if I win, I'm out, dog. I don't think you want to do that today, John. That's going to be 2 losses in a row for you.
No, yeah, thank you guys. I just like
You're not trying. I can hear you. You're right next to me. Look, Tavion.
Okay.
You really want that match so bad? Fine. Here's the thing.
Tavion still wants his match to get out of NQCC. All right. Well, here comes Zarya. Making an entrance. Okay. Modfather question of the week. Would you rather have Prime Jim Ross commentate in this current era, have the King Booker persona with the title, or have a grand WrestleMania entrance with Pyro? Ooh. Those are all wonderful things, and not one of them painful, Modfather. Thank you so much for that question. All right, it's time for our tag team match. Zaruka taking on Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley. I am going to select the WrestleMania entrance with Pyro because as much as I miss Prime Jim Ross, we've had Prime Jim Ross, and as much as I miss King Booker with the title, we did have King Booker with the title, but you know who's never had a grand WrestleMania entrance with Pyro? That's me. So I'm going with the WrestleMania Pyro entrance. What say you, chat? Would you rather have Prime Jim Ross commentate in this era? I'm assuming you mean WWE since we're watching NXT. Would you rather have King Booker back with the title or have a grand WrestleMania entrance with Pyro? And I'm going to add something onto that question. If you were to have a grand WrestleMania entrance, what would be your theme music? That's what I would like to know. If you're selecting that answer, what would be your theme music? So we are back on commercial here with NXT. Thank you guys for joining us, Marked by Wrestling. If you want to support the channel, we are continuing to climb to get our way up to memberships and super chat status. But in the meantime, if you want to show any appreciation, you can support the channel below through Cash App or Venmo. We take either one. So thanks so much for all that appreciation and just for being here, for being in this space where we can talk wrestling throughout the week. If you're here tonight for the first time, I will be back on Friday to go over SmackDown as well. And we're here every Tuesday for NXT. And we'll also be here for Great American Bash and probably Evolution as well. I have not yet decided about Evolution, but we'll absolutely be here for Great American Bash. So good to know. All right, we're coming up. And the missus, King Booker. No surprise there. King Booker is one of her favorite of all time. Maybe her favorite of all time. George says a grand WrestleMania entrance. Okay, I'm for it. I'm for it. Justin with an interesting merging here. Prime Jim Ross and King Booker as commentary. Okay, like that. Sophie, I did hear the rumor that they might be approaching Cody Rhodes to be in the new Street Fighter movie, which has already cast Roman Reigns and 50 Cent and someone else. They just cast who M. Bison was supposed to be today, and I can't remember who the actor was. Oh, he was in the Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad, the polka dot guy. He's going to be M. Bison. David Dalmatian, I think is his name. Jason Momoa is going to be in it as well. Wow, this Street Fighter movie is going to be wild, man. I'm actually pretty interested in it. I'm not expecting anything like amazing quality, but I think it would be fun. Also, if they do actually cast Cody as Guile in Street Fighter, please give us a scene with Cody and Roman. I mean, even if it's just a quick cameo or even if it's just an outtake at the end of the movie, I think it would be hilarious. George says, if you had a grand WrestleMania entrance, your theme would be the Roman Reigns theme. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's so much aura to that theme. So 100% is a worthy choice for the entrance. So I'm gonna be hesitant. I don't think The Rock would get cast. I think there's too much. I wouldn't say too much star power, but I feel like there's too much going on there. Oh yeah, there you go. I have to highlight this. I have to highlight Teflon Don here. Grand entrance like Ric Flair at WrestleMania 24, the robe and fireworks going off. I was in the building for that show. Me and my big brother. We went to that show. We went to Flair's Hall of Fame induction that weekend. That's to this date my only WrestleMania, but 24 was a great one. We had Floyd Mayweather there with the Big Show, which I think is a highly underrated like celebrity match in the history of WrestleMania. Not the first Money in the Bank match, but CM Punk's first Money in the Bank win. And then what other matches were there? There were a few other. I mean, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, obviously a great match. Thank you, George. We're back. Well, they were eyeing Cody to play Guile, the fighter, the Marine or whatever, the Jean-Claude Van Damme role.
One match away from the rematch. No over. He rooting for him more.
Okay, Jasper Troy cutting a promo. He says, "I'm your density." George McFly. Bobby Roode's glorious theme. The glorious theme was my alarm clock setting for years. The missus hated it. But it was catchy there for a while. How many pay-per-views have I gone to before they raised ticket prices? So I went to 3, I think, pay-per-views between 2008 and 2010. And that's when I stopped. Akuma. Well, that's who Roman is playing. He's playing Akuma. So that's going to be the one. Favorite Street Fighter. Okay. My favorite fighter, and this is just telling to how this is just telling to how little my expertise is, but I always loved E Honda. E Honda, the sumo wrestler, he was always my favorite one to use. Now, one who I wish I was better with that I really enjoyed playing with, at least on lower difficulties, was Fei Long, the Bruce Lee looking guy, because I just love Bruce Lee. So I enjoyed that one as well. But yeah, I do love the original 8 too from the World Warrior from Street Fighter 2. But yeah, great stuff. They teased the G.I. Joe Transformers universe at the end of the last Transformers movie, but I don't know that that's actually going to come to fruition. All right, Zarya having a discussion with Tatum, but they haven't gotten started here. Okay, here we go. Teamwork action from Zaruka. And they've got they've got merch. I didn't even notice they got their shirts. Okay. Sophie, you had asked about PLEs I'd been to. So I went to Backlash in 07, which was The Undertaker and Batista in a last man standing match. That was a great Backlash. I went to WrestleMania 24 in 08. And I went to the Royal Rumble in 2010. In between those, I went to, I think, a Raw and a SmackDown as well. And then, yeah, I was going to go to WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta, but I actually moved out of state like 2 weeks before the show and ended up not going back for that. So I ended up selling my ticket. And, hindsight, it would have been nice to go to 2 WrestleManias, but also that WrestleMania ended up not being very good. So I didn't really feel that sad in the long run about it. So there's that. Yeah. Let's see. Have I seen Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on DVD? I have not. Let's see. Cody would have to be. Oh, he watched it? Okay. Gotcha. During Zoom meetings at work, you change your background every meeting. This past was a Mount Rushmore of the most famous Michaels: Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, and Myers. Well, they were all stone cold killers in their own way. I mean, we can say that. Good choice, Teflon Don. Oh, here's a fun question from the missus. What wrestler had the greatest rookie season of all time? What wrestler had the greatest rookie season of all time? What's fun is this is not an objective answer. So you can give any answer you want. I'm going to jump out real quick and say Kurt Angle from the year 2000. That man racked up titles and got used to being in the ring so fast. It was scary. And, of course, he won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. And at the same time, he was an amazing heel in the late 90s, 2000s, because all he was just a good person, and being a good person made you a heel in the Attitude Era because everyone wanted to be wretched people. So it was great work. And it's true, like the cockiness was great. Getting a couple of votes for Brock Lesnar. That's a solid one as well. Hootie absolutely could be Urian. I'm not super familiar with Street Fighter characters. Oh, and he wears suits too. Yeah, I could see Cody. I could see Cody as him. Yeah, that's a great casting right there. Sheamus is a good nomination, Teflon Don. He had a great rookie year as well. All right, tagging back into Sol Ruka. Not to be confused with Sol Luca. Man, a springboard into an X Factor from Sol Ruka. Tagging back into Zarya. Gunther a good. Well, Justin, are you referring? I guess since you're using the name Gunther. Oh my gosh, surfboard on Zarya's shoulders. What a great move. What a great gimmick move. And now Zarya pressing Tatum Paxley. They have great tag chemistry, Zaruka does. Oh my gosh. Great stuff. Commercial time. Okay. I should have saw that commercial spot coming a while away. Undertaker. Undertaker had a devastating rookie year because he, if you count his entire year, he started at Survivor Series 1990. He didn't win the match, but he absolutely obliterated everyone. He won his first match at WrestleMania. I think he was in the Royal Rumble. It took both Road Warriors, I think, to eliminate him. And then, yeah, he had a great rookie year, and he ended his rookie year winning the WWF title at Survivor Series 91 against Hulk Hogan, which has an infamous story that he hit the tombstone pile driver on Hulk Hogan on a chair, and you can see from the angle right there on camera that the Undertaker protected John. Sorry, I saw you say John Cena, George. He protected Hulk Hogan so well on that chair. He was 6 inches away from hitting the mat, and then afterward, he's like laying in the rain. He goes, "Oh, you got me, brother. Oh, call my kids, call my wife," and tried to make it look like the Undertaker hurt him for real, and you know, and in a way trying to sabotage his career because he was being asked to give the title up. And from that moment on, Undertaker had gone on to say, yeah, now I know who you are. Now I know who you really are. So there's that. John Cena, I don't know that he had the best rookie year. I mean, listen, he's gone on to have some amazing years, no doubt. But that first year, did it take almost a year for him to find the rapping gimmick? Because just generic brand, great value John Cena wasn't great. Worst rookie year in wrestling. So here's this. I'll say this. Right off the top of the dome, I think Daniel Bryan had one of the worst rookie years in wrestling because he was almost fired as soon as he showed up, coming right up to the main roster. I don't think AJ had a bad rookie year. I just don't think it might have been disappointing, but I think Daniel Bryan might have had the worst rookie year out of someone who recovered from it and went on to do something good. If we're just kind of assuming we're talking about, rookie years here, that's probably a good one. Also good rookie years. Oh, you know what? Here's a good rookie year. Rusev had a great rookie year. He didn't do a whole lot after he, finally ran into the machine that was John Cena. But the beginning of that first year, he was tearing through people. Mr. Perfect also had a great first year as well. Anybody who had kind of an unstoppable gimmick usually had a great rookie year. But Mr. Perfect, also a great rookie year. The worst one, yeah. And so I said Daniel Bryan was one of the worst ones for sure. I'll keep thinking though. There are some others. Rocky Maivia, I don't think had the worst rookie year because he won the Intercontinental title and he debuted as the sole survivor at 1996 Survivor Series. His very first match, he was the last man standing. Now, he might have had the worst hair, and he might have had the worst gimmick. He had that pineapple haircut, and his gear looked awful. But you meant AJ is the best rookie year? Okay, 100% agree, Justin. Or are you also saying Rocky Maivia had one of the best rookie years? Because if that's true, then yeah, we might need to start dictating if we're saying best or worst here. Because some of your answers I'm shocked by, only to find out you meant the other way. Movie queen Randy Orton's rookie year. I think that Rock did have that S curl going on. Randy had a solid rookie year. I think that's a good nomination, movie queen, but in the beginning he was just blue chipper third generation superstar. Man, Izzy Dane with a choke slam on Zarya. I didn't know she had that kind of strength. Here comes Tatum. Man, Tatum's somersault back of the neck leg drop is just nasty work every time I see it. Randy Orton ended up, I think, at the end of his first year as Intercontinental Champion and in Evolution. Cody Rhodes' first year wasn't bad either. Tag champion. And, the Die Rocky Die stuff was bad. He had some good stuff and some bad stuff, I think, Let's see. Other good and bad rookie years. Man, step up Enziguri from Tatum. Listen, do not let the Wednesday Addams thing fool you. Tatum Paxley is a very good wrestler. Yeah, Melo could be a toss-up. Melo's NXT run, come on with it. Like, that was great. Yeah, I think Anthony, I think we'll get something for Julia at Evolution. Because she just won the title and she needs a matchup. Tag team rookie Usos. Is that a bad rookie year, George, for you? Oh man. Solid DDT from Tatum. Oh man. Izzy goes for a crossbody and gets the knees up. Hot tag to Sol Ruka. Are we going to see a Soul Snatcher here soon? Let's see what happens. I won't say female Road Warriors, but Zaruka has this real familiar chemistry to me of like Sol Ruka having really innovative offense and then Zarya just being this like tough powerhouse. Almost, I won't say a female Heart Foundation either, but something. Kofi did have a good rookie year. And Tyson Kidd. Oh, Tyson Kidd is a good choice. Paige a good one. Yeah, Usos as a good rookie year. All right, we got some tandem offense. Wow, okay. A little handstand splash off the top. Man, this, I haven't given much commentary, but this has been a good tag team match. I would want to see these ladies run it back. Forget the Raw tag teams. Let both of these tag teams go to Evolution for that fatal four-way. Uh-oh. Izzy's looking for Tatum, but she's not there. And where did Tatum go? Oh, there she is, coming in. Oh! Tatum saves Izzy and Zarya spears Sol Ruka in the middle of the ring. And now Zarya's frozen. Uh-oh. Tatum's just now shown her true colors, Vic. She's been wrestling these two women the whole match, punching them in the face. Low sky high from Izzy Dame, and the culling takes it. Yeah, Braun Breaker's rookie year also phenomenal as well on the main roster. Great answers, guys. Great answers all around. Love our little conversation starters we have on this channel, on our streams. But yeah, I want to see more of these two teams going at it. Like, I really hope one of these teams could go to Evolution and take the tag titles and we could get a rematch. Because Izzy and Tatum really aren't that bad together as a team, and Zaruka showed a lot of chemistry. I don't think this is bad at all. Call me crazy. Shamanica, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Call me crazy, but the ladies and the culling are far more interesting than the men. The men are as boring as all get out, especially since they got rid of Brooks Jensen. But yeah, I'm here for this. Far more entertaining storytelling. And now we've got Ethan, Ricky Saints, and Ethan is surrounded by Cobra Kai. I'm sorry. I mean, whatever the Vanity Project. That's what they're called.
And I damn sure don't need the peanut gallery. I want my rematch. Here's your perspective. Vanity. Most of these boys are literally only here to help you. Just in case you step on the line and they send you back to the hospital, they're here to protect you.
Why is he talking to us?
Like what?
Please keep up with
In
the times.
case that you the cadence of this speech.
Oh, I see. Ethan Page. Oh yeah, I forget about the battle royal at Evolution. So these four will probably be here.
champion in a fantastic role. So, you can earn a shot at this championship if and only if you survive the Vanity Project Gauntlet.
Okay. Ricky Saints has been challenged to a Vanity Project gauntlet. Ricky, don't call him Slim Jim. They're a corporate sponsor. Okay. So Ricky has to do a gauntlet next week against the Vanity Project. If he wins, he gets to choose the stipulation against Ethan Page at the Great American Bash. Or assuming it's a Great American Bash. Okay. So, all right. WWE is planning to host 3 events in Saudi Arabia next year. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Because we're getting the Royal Rumble. We already know. We'll probably get King and Queen of the Ring, whether they call it Night of Champions, I don't know. And then also Crown Jewel will probably come back to Saudi Arabia. I imagine those are going to be our 3 events at Saudi Arabia, and that'll be fun. Oh no, my eyes are feeling better. Thank you, Sophie, for asking. Rickardy, good to see you, friend. RT, dine on death, snack on danger, dead men. I love that. We snack on danger, we dine on death, because dead men don't make money. Oh, what a rush. Man, the LOD, dude. You would never accuse them of being members of the Hart Family Dungeon or the world's greatest tag team in terms of technical ability, but man, oh man, could those dudes just beat some dudes up in Aura for years, man. Do I think the pay-per-view schedule next year will be a mirror image of what we got this year? I do think it's going to be similar, Sophie. I think we're going to get that again because we already see that WrestleMania is once again later in the year. And then I don't know what the date is for the Royal Rumble yet, but I don't know. I don't know that it'll be identical, but I think we're going to run into more weekends like we have this summer where we come off of a big PLE and all of a sudden it's only 2 weeks until the next show again. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. Shamanica, what do you got to say here? I feel like since Roxanne and Raquel will be a tag team, Raquel will forget about Liv, and then it leads to Liv and Rhea again as a tag team. You know, on paper, Shamanica, I absolutely would love to see that. I just hope that they can finesse themselves into a situation where it makes sense for Rhea to trust Liv again. Because given the way that Rhea was betrayed, I mean, she was betrayed by Dom, but nevertheless, you know, it happened. So for them to be on the same page is going to take something serious. Now, I would say I wouldn't mind seeing that take place. Rhea and Liv taking out Roxy and Raquel, and then Dom is left alone in the ring with both Liv and Rhea would be a lot of fun. So yeah. All right, Rickardy. Well, good news. You have not missed Inamura versus Jasper Troy for the #1 contenders match yet. We just had a great tag team match between Zaruka and Izzy and Tatum from the Culling. And Tatum Paxley out here killing it every single week. And then what other matches do we have? Myles Borne beat Lexis King. But Lexis looked good in the ring. I think he's improved quite a bit. And then in the opening contest, Joe Hendry beat Wes Lee. And at the end, and Trick was ringside on commentary, and Mike Santana came down, and he and Joe were staring down Trick, you know, to end the thing. And then we just got an announcement next week that Ricky Saints will take on the entire Vanity Project. If you don't remember the Vanity Project, they're the Cobra Kai 80s movie heels, that hang out from Evolve. He's going to take on them in a gauntlet match. And if he wins the gauntlet match, he will not only get a rematch against Ethan Page for the North American title, but Ricky Saints will get to choose the stipulation as well for that match if he wins. That is next week. We could assume that match would take place at the Great American Bash, but we don't know that yet. And we have not yet learned who the tag team might be that would face Raquel and Roxy as well in that fatal 4-way match. So given that tonight's show was taped, we may not find out tonight who that tag team is. It may be next week. Goldberg and Gunther, man, not happy about it. I want Gunther to embarrass him so bad. All right, we got another Chase U segment. It'll be the same thing. Dom feels for Roxanne and Liv's come out like what happened with Rhea. Yeah, so I don't, Shamanica, I agree with you. I think it'll be easy for Liv to be mad at Dom. I'm just curious how Liv and Rhea could get on the same page unless they just both hate Dom enough that they would join up, you know?
Use what you learned in the past few weeks to show them that you are. I mean, 100% you say it. Just wait, you know, not act. Okay. And show them that you are. Chase you top. Oh, nice.
Okay, we're gassing up Uriah Connors or Kale. I'm not sure. Still learning. Oh, sorry about it, Sean. Yeah, you guys be vigilant online this week. Be careful not to get spoiled for SmackDown before Friday. We'll be here on Friday as well, watching SmackDown. So, Joe Hendry backstage interview segment with Kelly Kincaid. Okay, we got Joe and Mike Santana backstage. Tozawa would be great in Chase U, absolutely. Otis too, to be honest. Okay, next week, Joe Hendry and Mike Santana will be taking on High Rise.
As much as I believe, don't get too excited that Joe's a cornball. He reps TNA to the max. But let me make something real clear to you, Joe. I'm going to be the one that's bringing the TNA World title back home where it belongs. So get ready for Slammiversary.
Yeah, I heard Otis was injured.
Either way, Slammiversary.
All right, Mod Father, you have a wonderful evening, sir. Thank you for being here. And hopefully I'll see you on Friday for SmackDown. If not, have a great weekend. Eat something delicious and hang in there, man. I'll see you again soon. Okay, Inamura getting hyped up by Briggs. Inamura saying he's going to go out alone. Okay, Jasper Troy coming out to make his entrance. So I'm guessing this is not our main event tonight, I'm assuming. And so this might be our I don't know if this will be our last match. We haven't seen anything from JC Jane or Blake Monroe or Jordan Grace tonight. So be interesting. We get a segment maybe after this match, but we'll see what happens. 340. Jasper Troy is 340. I did not realize he was that big. I know he was big, but not that big. No, they have not announced the women's match for Great American Bash yet. Because the Fatal 4-Way match that Jordan Grace won was for Evolution. Oh, do we have commercial? Because I see the culling. Okay, we have our first women's match for Great American Bash. Sorry, I went ahead. I think I went ahead. I'm pausing. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I popped in a little too soon, but we have booked our first women's match for Great American Bash. So I can hold it tight and not announce it to you guys. I don't want to spoil you guys. You can see it after commercial if you want. And we'll go from there. All right, but we got Jasper and Inamura tonight. I'm looking forward to this match, hoping it's hard hitting, and I think I want Inamura to get it so bad. So, but no, they booked they have booked a match with Izzy Dame against Sol Ruka for the North American title. Since Izzy pinned Sol Ruka in the tag match, Ava told her that she's going to be challenging Sol Ruka at Great American Bash. So we have a women's North American title match added to the Great American Bash, which is good that we at least have some women competing on the Bash and not all of them being crammed into Evolution. I could see Sol Ruka and Izzy Dane probably doing double duty and probably being in the Battle Royal as well at Evolution. But I mean, Izzy could win. I mean, Zarya and Sol Ruka have been, not they haven't been fighting, but they have been kind of getting in each other's way a little bit lately. And so we'll see what happens. Dude, I would love it if Tozawa showed up as a transfer student to chase you. That is a trip. All right, you know what, George? I can see your frustration here. Izzy versus Sol Ruka. Are they really going to have Sol drop the title? Let's have some faith and see a particular vision, perhaps. What if fantasy booking time? You know what? I'm going to start doing this. If we're fantasy booking, let's put on the glasses. Fantasy booking time. Let's just say Sol Ruka drops the North American title to Izzy Dame. And then over Izzy Dame's reign as North American champion, she has a bit of a breakdown with Tatum Paxley. And then Tatum gets a North American title shot against Izzy Dame. Could we all be there for a face turn Tatum Paxley winning the North American title from Izzy Dame? Show of hands, anybody. Because I think they could do that. I think that could work. I think that would be a worthy pursuit of usage of the North American title if it gets us to Tatum. Izzy, I want to give Izzy credit, though. Izzy is better than I've been giving her credit for. She's gotten better over the past few weeks. She's gotten to be a little more memorable to me now. She's not just blonde number 7 on NXT. Now she's standing out more, but Tatum stands out even more, both in the ring and in her character. So I absolutely would want to see Tatum as North American champion, and that also frees up Sol Ruka. I don't know how long the line is for world title challengers in NXT now that we have Jordan Grace with a title shot and we got Blake Monroe who just got here, but eventually I think Sol Ruka is going to get NXT championship opportunities. So we would see what happened. Oh man, being on the creative team would be a whole lot of fun, Sophie, but I would just never see people that I love. I would be sucked up in meetings all the time. I actually listened to the audiobook written by Brian Gewirtz, who was on the, he worked for Vince, and he's the Rock's main writer, but hearing his stories about working on the creative team and stuff, it does. I can see how people get burned out so much on that because of how they don't really, because of how they really don't get a chance to let stories rest, so that's hard. All right. Will you guys let me know when you see Hank and Tank show up? Because I want to be on the same page with you guys. Hank and Tank bust into this scene pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't know. I think no, I think Jordan Grace has probably got more time at NXT. I feel like she's got to hold a title, even if it's just short, like as long as Julia did. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, Dewey was on creative at one point. Interesting. I wonder what that was like for him. I remember Freddie Prinze Jr. was for a little while too.
I know my new brain would never do something like that. And if you two are so big and bad, why don't we put those titles on the line next week?
Dang. Tatum out here making title matches. Okay. So we got Hank and Tank defending the tag titles against the Culling next week, as Inamura is now making his entrance by himself. He's his own man, and he's going to take all his high-fiving kids. All right, Inamura. It's going to be fun. All right, guys. You ready for the big the Demolition Derby? That's what Vic Joseph just called it. Yeah. Just a couple of dudes smacking each other around. Okay. Come on. Fingers crossed that we get Inamura here. Let's go. Come on, Inamura. Man, Jasper Troy even makes body slams look like they hurt. Oh, Abyss getting a shout out on commentary. Jasper Troy is kind of like a Black Abyss in a way. Not all the way, but I think it's his gear and just kind of the way he moves as a big man.
It's downright scary, and Booker are questioning Inamura's thought process after the last several
Yeah, right. I wonder what the hell is he thinking?
All right, crowd is behind Inamura. And then Abyss actually just added to WWE 2K as well. And he's been fun to use. I think I used him in my last online tournament. I think I did anyways for you guys. Okay. Inamura just screaming at him. Inamura with a back suplex. Only a 2 count though. Jasper still looks like he's hurting, bro. Okay. There's Oba watching backstage, and look at him. Look at him looking directly at a TV. Do you remember that like decade and a half of people just standing awkward, like watching the TV like this backstage? So great to see an angle that looks logical. Yeah, it's absolutely going to be a hard-hitting match.
Sumo power, that background fucking before it plays in. He can wear you down. He's incredibly powerful. You ever seen Sumo training that? I have not. It's unbelievable. I had the honor of being invited to his dojo many years back in Japan. You want to talk about some intense, powerful training? These guys, I mean, some of them were strong enough to flip cars. No exaggeration. Right there, boy, just hanging on with you like right there.
Man, even just battling shoulder blocks where neither one of them are hitting. Oh, Inamura's hitting the sumo pose, saying, come on, let's see what you got. I'll tell you what, Jasper is kind of selling for Inamura, though. He's not taking a lot of bumps, but he's selling. Sidewalk slam by Jasper Troy is only going to get him 2. Yeah, this has been a really good episode. Again, NXT budgets their talent so well. It's just great. Man, clothesline over the top. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess Javon could get involved, but I hope this match just stays clean. That would be the most fun to me. But yeah, hard hitting so far. And I feel like what was it last night with Sheamus and Rusev, like how the crowd took a little bit to get invested, but once the hits really started coming, the crowd got behind them. Yeah, I could see that happening here tonight as well. The longer this match goes, the more the crowd would wake up and get really excited and invested in this match. But I could see, I could see Jasper Troy and Javon Evans, further in their feud, I suppose, George. But at the same time, I really hope, one, I hope Inamura wins, but also I hope he just wins clean without any interference, because that would be, I think, in the best interest of putting him over strong going in to face Obafemi. You know what I mean? Like Myles Borne won that battle royal. He didn't really need help or interference to get his shot at Obafemi. So hopefully we'll see what happens here. Sheamus versus Jasper would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I was really disappointed in Pittsburgh last night for not really being invested in the Bailey and Lyra match. I thought they really went hard at each other, and the crowd just wasn't buying into it, which is so crazy because they were so vocal for almost the rest of the night, which is really disappointing. So, but yeah, hopefully they didn't take it personally, and maybe it was just Pittsburgh just being dumb. I don't know. Sorry, you guys. It's been a long day. But we are getting close to the end here. We're in the last 20 minutes of the show. So I guess maybe we might not, actually. I wasn't thinking about commercial breaks. We may not get any appearances from Fatal Influence or Blake Monroe or Jordan Grace, which is interesting because, they were just that's the strange thing about NXT is that they budget and proportion their talent from week to week to make sure everybody gets their shine, is that somebody can be in the main event one week and just not be on the show the next week, which is a little strange. That happens every once in a while, but it doesn't happen nearly as much. And I don't mean to dog on them, but it doesn't happen nearly as much as it does with AEW, where some people can be missing for weeks and then show up and then they're on the main event. But yeah, I am a little surprised we have not seen or heard from Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace and Fatal Influence. But this match would have to wrap up reasonably quickly once we get out of the commercial break in order for that to happen. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's not impossible, but we are tiptoeing close to the end of the show. They would probably have to have like a 10-minute segment maybe, which I guess, you know what, now that I say that, they can probably make that happen. It's probably not going to be a huge deal. I'm just panicking for nothing probably. They put Lyra in a spot with giving her the IC title. Expound on that, Rickardy. What do you mean they put her in a spot? Like a tough spot? Like in between a rock and a hard place? Splash from Jasper Troy. Another splash. Man, only two. You hope the bird girl will fly through Becky and Bayley. Yeah. Yeah, I think that triple threat will deliver. I absolutely think it will. Just handling Inamura right now. Lots of slams, lots of splashes. Yeah, I think that triple threat match will be good. I absolutely do think that Becky will probably be dropping it. Excuse me. We'll be dropping it probably at Evolution. But we'll see what the future holds. Okay, trying to go for an abdominal stretch on Inamura, but Inamura walking his way out of it and then slams Troy into the corner and posts himself. She's put with two top-tier talent and those who've gone over, and she's more or less unknown. Yeah, I know. Well, I think if she can make a good showing in that triple threat match, maybe she can start to solidify herself as a top talent. I mean, even that, like, Lyra needs to work a little harder. Forearms for days from Inamura. Lyra needs to work on her character presentation and her promo presentation more frequently, because I think she's just fine when the bell rings. Black hole slam, or calling it a boss man slam. I guess I went black hole slam because of the whatchamacallit, Abyss comparison earlier in the match. AEW, huh? Talking about bringing women's tag championships, man. I get hesitant every time I hear about a new title in AEW. Like, you already got titles at home. You don't need new titles. Oh, sumo charge. Got the strikes in the corner. It's hitting chops, punches. Now whipping into the corner. Throws himself into it. Inamura just throwing everything he got into those Irish whips. Now he's got Troy up. All 350 of him. Big slam. Inamura just screaming. This is almost like JC Mateo's Tour of the Islands, just a spinning slam. Inamura just psyching himself up. He's going up top. We're going to get that frog splash, that big man splash. You're going to start, all right. Ultimate Warrior rope shakes. Boom. Nailed that big splash. Is this it? 3. Inamura. Yes. Yes. Let's go. We're getting Inamura and Obafemi at the Great American Bash. Just two hard-hitting fellas smacking each other around for a match, dude. Nothing fancy, no flips, no selling Spanish flies, no 30 Canadian destroyers, just dudes just beating the living breaks off of each other with a massive splash off the top. Where's Briggs? I know Briggs wants to celebrate with him. Is that him coming, or is that Obafemi behind him? Oh, yeah, Obafemi's coming up behind him to give him a little stare down. NXT Championship, Obafemi versus Yoshiki Inamura. It's going to be a great. Sean, Oba is kind of neither. He's just, Javon's here. Top rope cutter. He got a little something for Jasper. Javon just sitting here talking trash in Jasper's face, and we're staring at Oba and Inamura. So anyway, Sean, Oba is really just a tweener. Okay, there's Jordan Grace. If anything, Oba's a face. Yeah, I'll say that Oba is a face, Sean, because he gets cheers. He doesn't cheat. He's just brutally honest with people. So when he was teasing, before they had decided that Inamura was the number one contender, and back when Myles Borne was number one contender, he cut promos on them that were actually very respectful. It felt like the worst version you could take on those promos was kind of like late 1980s Ric Flair, where he's like, I'm the man, I'm the champ, nobody's going to beat me, but I'm proving that I'm the best in the world today because you're putting me up against the best in the world today. That was one thing Ric Flair really did well. If you kind of listened in between the lines, he would always actually put over his opponent in the ring before the match because he wanted to look that much better when he walked away with the title. He's like, Dusty Rhodes, you're a heck of an athlete. You connect with the people. You have devastating stuff. And I'm just better than you. And I'm going to prove it to the world when I'm still champion at the end of Great American Bash, whatever. Trick is a heel. Trick is a heel. Well, Trick is a heel by association. So, because he cheated, I believe, to win the TNA title. Before that, he was just kind of a face with an attitude. Like, think like Braun Breaker before he joined up with Seth Rollins, you know? Like, I'm not going to do anything underhanded. I'm just mean. and I have an attitude. But now Trick is behaving far more like a heel. He aligns with heels. He talks trash to TNA about being the TNA champion. So yeah, Trick's definitely a straight up heel currently at this time. So yeah, and he's also in a triple threat match in a TNA show. If anything, George, he's a tweener on NXT. I wouldn't say he's a tweener in TNA. He's like an invasive force. He's an outsider. You know, he's an NWO in TNA. So if it best case scenario, he's a 1997 Bret Hart, where he's booed in America but cheered in Canada. Everybody still cheers for Trick's theme music. So it's kind of like Seth Rollins in a way. The crowd still cheers for all the fun things about him, but he doesn't act like a face. He acts like he acts specifically like a heel now. So I would go on record in saying Trick is currently a heel, because when he beat Joe Hendry for the title, he was using heel tactics. 100% Rickety. Right here. Always promote and praise your opponents. When you win, you're just that much better. And I'm not trying to have any hot takes or put anybody down, but that was why it was always hard for me to get behind The Rock in his prime, because his style of promo was always to just embarrass you and insult you. And honestly, Triple H was pretty bad about that too. I'm trying to remember if Austin was. The Attitude Era wasn't a good time for putting over your opponents in promos, to be honest. That just didn't happen a lot back then. And I think it was a sign of the times of people being my wife from the other room. It's called the Attitude Era, Stephen, which is true. Part of that attitude, I think, was a failure to continue to put over your opponents, which I think a lot of that is coming back now, and I'm happy for that. Doesn't have to be everywhere, though. Okay, so we have Hank and Tank versus the Culling next week, and they are putting this narrative that Hank and Tank think they were attacked by the Culling. So I do wonder. And then we have the Vanity Project gauntlet match for Ricky Saints as well. But, you know, they keep teasing this. I got to wonder now, maybe was it Dark State? We'll see. Then Joe Hendry and Mike Santana are going to take on High Rise as well. Seth Rollins was absolute power. So he's basically trying to become what he hates, which is Roman Reigns. Yeah, absolutely. I think the long-term story arc, okay, and we get Charlie Dempsey and Tavion Heights, and Tavion can get his freedom from No Quarter Catch Crew if he beats Charlie Dempsey.
No quarter catch crew.
Here comes Jordan Grace. And now that I've actually heard the beginning of her theme song, it's it's kind of growing on me. Want what they already had. Yeah, well, I mean, I think there is a little bit of a cling to nostalgia from certain times. I was gonna say something I can't remember. That's okay. I didn't like it last week. It's growing on me. It's still, it's growing on me.
I wanted to come out here tonight and be completely honest.
Jordan's coming out to be honest.
This point is the hardest thing that I've ever had. But last week reminded me of something. It reminded me that I thrive under pressure.
Okay, she thrives under pressure.
And the bigger the battle, the bigger the win. So now I'm about to walk into Evolution.
Jordan Grace is short. Yeah. Sean, yeah, the thing, the pining for the Attitude Era is very misguided. I don't think people think about how much bad was in the Attitude Era too. They hot-shotted titles like every other week. I mean, there was, for all the good that came out of the Attitude Era, there was a lot of bad too. A lot of bad.
For the sake of that, I'm honestly terrified.
They're making Jordan Grace be vulnerable in this promo, and I don't love it. She doesn't need to show vulnerability.
Good enough for me. Do I really belong?
She's asking if she really belongs in WWE right before a title match. I don't love this.
How do you know my journey?
I mean, however she feels in real life, I hope she gets the positive reinforcement she needs. But this as a character promo, don't love it.
But I did everything I had to do in order to get here. I became someone that they couldn't ignore.
Okay.
So in Evolution, I'm going to beat JCJ and remind myself of exactly who I am. Because I may not have been born.
All right. Here's the interruption. Yeah, here comes Fatal Influence. So, gosh. Yeah, right. I mean, this whole identity crisis really just kind of came out of nowhere for Jordan Grace. It feels very forced. They said, "Are you done with the sob story?" She's like, "No, I wasn't done." Oh. Well, George, you don't have to be a psychic to know that interruptions are coming in promos. That's just wrestling 101. What is Jasmine next wearing?
But by all means, continue flexing your muscles and hoping that one day a championship will just magically fall into your arms. But I can promise you, it won't be my NXT Women's Championship, and it damn sure won't be an Evolution. Because everyone wants to keep saying I'm the most beatable champion in history.
You are the most beatable champion in history.
You idiot! I'm at the top of my game. Yeah, you can all keep crying about it. Keep crying about it while I keep winning. You seem to be cut from the same cloth. You think you
Surely it's just got to be a matter of time.
Well, luckily,
Yes, Sean, lots of title changes. Lots of title changes. The Intercontinental title was even worse in 1999 alone.
Just do everyone here a favor and shut up.
JC Jane looks like one of the women on SNL. I can't remember the actress's name.
But I'm not going to surprise anybody.
People are already standing up. Somebody's here. Okay. Oh, the numbers game. Jordan started throwing hands, but now we got 2-on-1. Why is Jasmine Nix just standing outside like a manager? When did she become a manager? And here she comes. Here comes Blake. And cowboy boots, too. Well, cowgirl boots. Oh, okay. Sling blade. And spine buster from Jordan Grace. Jordan's holding her shoulder. I hope that's not a sign. All right. Well, there you go. Evolution NXT Women's Championship. And here comes Ava. Rickety, where are you, man? Tag team match player. Just here it comes. Why? We have 4 women fighting.
you want something done about Jordan and Blake. Luckily for you, yours truly has already been set down. So,
All right. There it is. The rumors are true. Great American Bash tag team match. JC Jane and Fallon Henley against Jordan and Blake. And now Fatal Influence trying to rush back the ring again. They're about to get dropped. Did Blake just throw a headbutt? Dang, girl. Okay. All right. Well, there it is. There's your confirmation. Great American Bash. Got a tag team match. And that is going to wrap up our show tonight. But I just want to know, when did Jasmine Nix just become a manager? Rickety, Jordan and Blake are definitely the faces in this match. If anything, just by association, because ain't nobody going to boo anybody worse than Fatal Influence, for sure. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a show tonight. Leave your ratings in the comments. As we had quite a few developments. We've got next week booked. We've got some real potential coming for the Great American Bash. We've got Femi versus Inamura claimed here. We've got that booked. We've got possibly Ricky Saints and a Ethan Page rematch coming for the Great American Bash. We've got this tag team match that was just announced of Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace versus JC Jane and Fallon Henley. And then not only that, we've got Sol Ruka defending the North American title against Izzy Dame, with Tatum Paxley likely in her corner. And not only that, but next week on the show, we have Ricky Saints running the Vanity Project Gauntlet in hopes to secure the stipulation against Ethan Page. We've got the tag team titles on the line of Hank and Tank versus the Culling. We've got Santana and Joe Hendry taking on High Rise. High Rise. And trying to think of anybody else we've got. We may be lined up for Javon Evans and Jasper Troy as well. We seem to be headed in that direction as well. So lots of exciting action to come next week. Oh, also Tavion Heights versus Charlie Dempsey as well, for the freedom of Tavion Heights from No Quarter Catch Crew. So we'll have to see what the future holds for that. coming right through. George giving it a solid 8.5. Justin Allencrane says 10 out of 10. Sammy Sharks. Sharmonica says 7 out of 10. Anthony giving it an 8 out of 10. I'm going to agree. 8 out of 10. I was a happy camper with most of the finishes tonight. I'm growing in my fandom every week, getting to see some of these people. Justin, so good to see you. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a great and awesome 4th of July weekend. And I'll see you guys for SmackDown on Friday as well. Don't forget to like the video. If you haven't liked the video yet, do that on your way out. But yeah, absolutely loved the Zaruka lady culling tag team match tonight. Great work by all ladies involved. Lexis King is getting better. Inamura and Jasper Troy just brought the heat. And now we've got more booked matches for not only Great American Bash, but Evolution as well. So I will see you guys on Friday. We will learn more about Evolution, hopefully more about Saturday night's main event. And we're going to have fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for believing with me for a couple of hours because it makes wrestling better. We're going to believe again on Friday. I will see you at the regular SmackDown time on Friday. And until then, stay safe, stay out of the heats. Don't forget to believe. Believing makes wrestling